Okay. Well, good afternoon. I am thrilled to be over here at the Engine. We had the opportunity to visit and tour this amazing operation. And we wanted to visit today because it's yet another example of the amazing potential that we have here in Massachusetts when we leverage our research universities, innovative companies, and unmatched talent. Organizations like the Engine are critical to supporting the tech and innovation startups that launch from our world-class colleges and universities every year. The Engine invests in startups that are addressing the most significant challenges we face today in healthcare, climate, manufacturing, and they recognize that we need to take an intersectional approach if we really want to address these challenges. We can't exist in silos. We need to bring together the very best in the world and the best and brightest from all fields in order to make the widespread progress we so urgently need. So I am thrilled to be here today, joined by our Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll, also joined by Secretary of Economic Development Yvonne Howe, Secretary of Energy and the Environment Rebecca Tepper. Earlier we were joined by MassTech Executive Director Carolyn Kirk, and importantly, we have folks from the Engine, including former State Senator Ben Downing and Katie Ray, who leads the operation. We are grateful to folks for showing us and giving us the opportunity to visit today. This is amazing what's happening here. The chance for companies to come and continue research, but also fabricate and take things from the laboratories to actual fabrication and think about ways to scale up is really incredible. A few weeks ago, my administration filed an immediate needs bond bill that recognizes the importance of tech and innovation in Massachusetts. It recapitalizes programs that are supporting innovative startups like the ones we saw here today at the Engine. It includes $52 million for programs that support advanced manufacturing, purpose-driven research, technology development, and emerging technologies. The bond bill will also provide new funds to support our state's proposals to the federal CHIPS and Science Bill. We're currently working cross-collaboration between government and private industry and research on applications for this incredibly important funding that is going to come by way of the CHIPS and Science Bill. Today, we have a once-in-a-generation opportunity to harness the federal investment that's being deployed to revitalize domestic manufacturing and bolster support for innovative startups like those coming out of the Engine. The CHIPS and Science Bill, signed by President Biden last August, is one of the major funding vehicles for us to achieve these goals, and Massachusetts is taking a leadership role to bring that funding to the state. Massachusetts has historically led. When it comes to innovation, we are going to make sure we do everything to make sure that we are leading in this time. And so we are here today, delighted to visit, look forward to collaborating as an administration with the private sector, with our wonderful research institutions and universities. This is a huge opportunity for Massachusetts. Massachusetts is going to compete, and Massachusetts is going to win. And one of the reasons I'm confident for that is because we have our fabulous Secretary of Economic Development, Yvonne Howe, who I'd like to welcome to the podium right now.
So this is very special for many reasons, but especially for me personally to be at the Engine. Many people probably know Katie Ray was our first angel investor at our little startup PillPack, and I remember talking to her when the Engine was just an idea. And then now walking around today and seeing what it's become and the reality of it, this reflects what makes Massachusetts so special. The fact that we have world-leading universities, the most amazing cutting-edge research aimed at the world's biggest problems, combined with the financial capital and venture folks, combined with amazing entrepreneurs. I mean, this shows what makes us so special. So as the governor said, we are at an interesting point in our history. So this is a once-in-a-generation opportunity where the federal government has just passed the CHIPS and Science Act. And what I wanted to double-click on was the immediate proposal that we are now working on. The deadline is later this month, and this part of the CHIPS and Science Act is from the Department of Defense. It's called the Microelectric Commons, and I'm really excited about this particular proposal for two reasons. The first is this is a place where we absolutely, as a state, have the right to win. So this part of the CHIPS Act, it's almost $2 billion from the Department of Defense, is really aimed at the most advanced technologies for national security, national defense. It's the brains behind everything that we're going to do around our country and also around manufacturing. That is where Massachusetts has our right to win. We've historically played here. So many things have been invented here. We have amazing global leaders like Analog Devices, which we visited a few weeks ago, and we have incredible startups that we met today, all working in these areas around quantum, around AI, around all of the leading technologies. So this is a place where we should be winning to build the brains for the future of our country. The second reason I'm really excited is because we are working together as a team across the whole state. So MassTech, which is one of our quasi-institutions that we work with, MassTech convened a group in 2021, so well before the act was even passed. And this is a group of a very wide cross-section of leading academic research universities with people like Lincoln Labs, with people like Analog Devices and many other big companies, with lots of startups. And this big coalition has worked together since 2021 to try to figure out where can we best play and how can we work together to go after these federal opportunities. So we've been working since then. We've been working since the proposal came out in the fall, and now we are close to done with our proposal. And this, I think this coalition will show not only the power of Massachusetts, but also the power of when we work together, what we can accomplish. So we're really excited about this proposal, and we also know what's at stake. So for Massachusetts, what's at stake is we want to not only protect our leadership in all these areas, we want to lengthen our lead. So what's at stake for us is not only more funds to drive research, but also jobs and workforce skills development programs and creating factories going from fab to lab. So we know there's a lot at stake for our state here. The other thing that's at stake is the country, and we know this is an interesting time for the world, and we want to do our part as Massachusetts to help our country continue to lead. So we are really excited, and I feel very grateful to have the support of the governor and lieutenant governor to go after this this broad opportunity, but in particular, this specific Department of Defense opportunity in the next coming weeks. So thank you so much, Governor and Lieutenant Governor, and also to Katie and the Engine for all this great work, and we are in it to win it. So